Alright, nice. Hey guys, welcome to another video in our series of exploring the new Line 6 HX Stomp. I'm here with Stuart from Yamaha today, and what we wanted to do was, rather than make a full featured video detailing everything this unit can do in one go, we wanted to just break it down into segments so that you can choose what you want to see. In this particular video, we're going to focus on using this unit in quite a complex way, which is to set up a wet-dry rig. So in case you're unclear on what that is, what we've got, the way we've got this routed is, we plug in the guitar straight into the HX Stomp. We've got one unit here, one block, which is this clone called the Minotaur. So a bit of overdrive. That's going straight into a Suhr Badger 35, and that's the dry signal that you're hearing. So there's no effects on that amp at all. And what we've actually done is we've panned them. So if you want to hear the dry amp by itself, you can just pan your speakers to the left, and the wet signal, which I'll detail in a second, is going to be on the right. So the wet signal that we're talking about is on this second chain here. We're splitting off before the distortion block, so the guitar is seeing a completely separate chain here. And there we're hitting an AC30 amp model with some really wet effects. So we've got like a Cosmos echo, which is a really kind of intense delay, a little bit of a pitch vibrato, and a Hall reverb. So if you could just maybe hit a couple of staccato notes so we'll hear just how wet that signal is. So there's a ton of effects there. Yeah. Now the benefit to doing this kind of setup, do you want to talk through what the benefit to a wet-dry setup might be?
Yeah, it's common practice amongst gigging musicians. It's to split your signal so that you perhaps are hearing a completely dry tone through your backline. Your monitoring is totally dry. The rest of the band are hearing this very kind of precise, dry version of the tone. Yeah. And then the front of house, for example, will get the wet, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So you can.
And you've got independent control of each, then, yeah, haven't you? Yeah. So with the HX Stomp, because you've got all the amp modeling capability in there, we're using an entire amplifier in terms of this AC30 block here, just dedicated to the effects. So in the traditional guitar world, if you want to do that in the analog domain, you would need two physical amplifiers, or some way of sending like a line out from your from your dry amp to then feed a whole nother amplifier with effects. With this, we're just plugging straight into this unit, and it's getting all the effects for us.
Yeah. And that, like I say, was a very common practice. You know, splitting amps, and Keith Richards, for example, would have two amps running simultaneously. Stevie Ray would do the same thing. A lot of guys, Van Halen used to do that kind of thing. You know, it's definitely, like you say, common practice. So there's tons of benefits to that sound, and as you'll have heard when Stuart's playing, what it enables you to do is your dry signal still has all those transients and the immediacy of as if you're just plugged straight into the amp, because you are. And then the effects are all coming out of a completely separate amp, which you can just mix into your own taste, really. So what we'll do, I'll just turn the distortion off so you can hear a bit of a cleaner tone. Why don't you just play some, maybe like some open chords? So that's a great, you know, you can really hear how much depth that adds, but it's not getting in the way of your playing. You know, there's a lot of benefit to like a big stereo sound, isn't there, as well, which you can do with this unit. The clarity of your dry tone.
But that's the difference with this. It's not stereo, it's kind of dual mono in a way, isn't it? So you're not sacrificing any of the immediacy and the attack that you're used to from plugging straight into an amp. And just in case it's unclear, when I'm talking about how we're routing this differently, the guitar's coming straight into the input, which is this over here. The distortion is going straight out of this output on the back into the dry amplifier, And then the second chain, which is below here, is actually sending to a second output on the HX, isn't it? It's going out of the send on the side here, and that's plugged straight into our recording interface at the moment. So it's a great way of doing things if you want that kind of separation, and you know, great big sound. It works clean or dirty.
And it's that huge tone, isn't it?
You're
trying to replicate, and that's the difference that we've noticed setting it up this way, is it's really filling the room. It's a massive tone.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. I hope that helps a little focus on using a wet-dry system with this unit. There's tons of routing options in here, but we just wanted to focus on a way to make as big a sound as possible with a ton of effects, but you've still got your core natural tone. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you want to see some more features on this product, check out our YouTube channel. You can subscribe if you want to see more content. So we'll hope to see you in one of those videos. Thanks for watching.